Hi, this is Hot Girls Build Cults, the show where we explore the art of gathering, the business of belonging, and the people creating communities worth showing up for. I'm your host, Megan Lycan, storyteller, community builder, and lifelong people connector. Each week, we talk to the people creating movements, spaces, and communities that make you say, I want in. And guess what? You're invited. Let's get into it. Welcome to Hot Girls Build Cults. Today I'm sitting down with Megan Reed, who is a quantum life and business coach, best-selling author, speaker, and energy healer, here to help you own your weird and unleash your main character energy. She's the founder of the Creating Confidence Society and mastermind behind Badass Boundaries Blueprint. And she's on a mission to help people discover the magic of who they truly are so they can ditch their own inner critic, get out of their own way, and unapologetically achieve their wildest dreams. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. Just a little bit of background about Megan. I guess I've known you for a couple years now. I first met Megan Reed I was going through a coaching accreditation program called the Quantum Coaching Academy, and Megan Reed was one of the mentor coaches there. Unfortunately, she wasn't my mentor coach, but I still found a way to befriend her.
I can't be everyone's mentor coach, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess like a really great place to start, I guess is there's so many things that we can talk about because you have more than one community. Maybe just a little bit how your business has evolved over the past couple years, and if you could kind of sprinkle in how you decided to incorporate community into your offering.
Such a large question.
I was like, because you've been out here for a couple years, like I'm like, don't take too long.
I have been out here. I've been out here. Okay, so when I first started coaching, it was always something that felt like I wanted to be in like a group setting. And so my first like coaching program ever that I ever did was the Creating Confidence program, group coaching program. And over the years, it kind of evolved into wanting to help more people. And my brain, can you see my brain right now? It's not.
The chemo brain in me sees the postpartum brain in you.
Bowing to. I think my brain is glitching because it's such a big question in such a evolution of me and my business. And maybe it will help if I dive into what my business looks like right now and then how I got here.
Yeah,
Right. And
that's
so
perfect.
right now, I have two main offerings inside my business. I have a membership called the Creating Confidence Society, and I have a mastermind called the Book Baddies Mastermind. And that is to help coaches and creative service providers write and publish their book in 12 months or less so that they can leverage it. And I have built a cult following around publishing a book, and that has been so fucking fun. And then, the society, my membership, it's more of a general personal development. We lean into a little bit of witchy and the woo, but that's all about like creating that confidence and building that self trust in yourself. And I have found that when people come to me, they want to go deep into my energy with other people also going deep into my energy. And there is so much to be said about having a community of people, about having online friends. Most of the people inside of my groups have never met in real life, and yet they are closer and know each other deeper than their brunch friends do, over mimosas.
Yeah, that I feel like that also explains why some of your members have been with you for so long. That was something that I noticed immediate because I had been to a couple of your couple of the community calls. So
Yes, I started the Creating Confidence Society back in 2021, 2021 question mark? I always get that wrong. It wasn't 2020, it's 2021. And the the OGs are still in there. My founding members aren't go they're not going anywhere, which is so much fun that we can go deep over such a long period of time. They know each other just as well as I know them, which is so much fun, and it really does feel like a flex for me that when I was on maternity leave, they showed up and supported each other and led the calls, and I didn't have to be there, right? Like, how cool to create that.
That's amazing and so ideal, and actually that's something that came up in conversation with another, community I would call her a community strategist about building an intentional community that can also thrive in your absence, and that's so
Mhm.
cool that that's just, like, innate in your program, and it shows just how active and engaged your members are.
Yeah, and that was actually something that I worked on, like, with my coach, was letting go of the beliefs that I needed to be so involved for it to be successful. Like, yes, they're paying to be in my energy, and at the same time, some of the most impact is from being in each other's energy.
Absolutely. I guess if you could walk us through, like, when you were designing the Creating Confidence Society, like, what would you say, like, you intentionally architected versus, like, what you just allowed to evolve naturally?
What a great question. I will say that the society has gone through many evolutions, and I think that that is something that's so important when you're building a membership is allowing it to be flexible and allowing it to not have to stay the thing that it was when you created it. Because when I created the Creating Confidence Society, we had a training like we had a call every week. I was creating new trainings. We had hot seat coaching, there were energy resets. It was a lot, and I learned very quickly that I was getting burnt out. I didn't want to create a new presentation every month, and so that's something I see
Presentations
often.
are for the birds.
Yeah, like, literally gag me. I was like, "I don't wanna do this. This is not fun for me." And so I sent out, like, a feedback survey. I was like, "Hey, like, tell me what you're loving and whatever." And I was like, "I don't actually care what they say. I'm using this feedback survey as my permission slip to say, I'm not fucking doing this every month anymore." Like, and so it was like I'm like, "Here's based on your feedback, here's what the society looks like moving forward." And, I about every 6 months, I would shift to make sure that the community felt aligned with me and my energy and my season of life, and that has always just kind of been so helpful. We went from 4 calls a month to now we have 2 calls a month. And, I was bringing in guest experts. I was hiring a breathwork person every quarter. Like, so many things have happened inside the society. I think what's made it successful and sustainable is that it's kind of ebbed and flowed and inhaled and exhaled with the seasons and in a way that supports them too.
Yeah. I think, like I think what you're saying is super important. Something that I'm learning talking to multiple people is that, as someone who is in communities and other programs, like as as a member, we often get overwhelmed by too many resources, too many calls. So like it not only supports your energy as the leader, but also it's a benefit to the members as well. Like just it's more about like the quality over the quantity.
Mhm. Yes, and they feel better when they can attend everything because there's not a shit ton of things, like, to choose from. Like, there is a level of analysis paralysis and then feeling like they're behind and they have all these replays to catch up on. It just that works until it doesn't work.
Yeah. And then
And
also psychologically, like you think about like when you're, looking at pricing or even like from their perspective, they're like, "Oh, like I'm paying for this membership, but I can only go to one of the calls." So like if they have to miss like 5 calls because there's 6 per month, you know what I mean? They're like, "Is
Mhm.
this worth it?" It's different from that perspective as well. I just
Yeah.
like I think it's so much different than other products because it's a people product. And so I love that you're really intentional about checking in with your members and iterating based on, everyone's needs.
Yeah. And I think something else, to speak to what you just said is we as leaders often assume where the value comes in a program, and we assume that their usage is like relevant or correlated to the amount of value that they're getting out of it. Because I had a member who attended no live calls and only caught replays, and she had a massive transformation. She sent me a message and she said the hypnosis and the replays, like I quadrupled my monthly salary in 3 months.
Wow.
And for me to just be looking at the data, I'm like, "Oh, she's not coming to the calls. She's not getting anything out of it." Like, that's not true at all. And so, like, it is, like, interesting. People attending live has actually nothing to do with the value that they're getting out of it.
Yeah, it kind of allows for members to kind of almost like choose their own journey. You know what I mean? Like show up for the live calls when they have the energy, or if it serves them to just like, schedule out an hour on their time and just watch the replay. If that's serving them, then amazing. Like either way,
Uh-huh.
they're getting the transformation that they're looking for. I guess like for, I guess from a community perspective, like as we talk about it. Do you see community as the product itself or as support for the product? Like, especially in the beginning, because I know like initially you had a membership and a course. So, like, to you, is the community the product or is the community support for the product?
When I first built it, community was not the product. It was just, like, something that happened was like a byproduct of the creating confidence, right? And what I learned, when people join the Creating Confidence Society, they have to fill out a little onboarding form. Like, what are you most looking forward to? And almost everyone said the community. They were joining the space to be surrounded by other people. And so it turned very quickly into the community is the product when at this when I created it, it was more of the transformation was the product, but now the community is just part of the transformation.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. Any program that I've joined, I've been so excited to meet other people because it's it's another layer of accountability as you go through the transformation and just I don't know, just kind of enriches the experience. Like, how do you think,
Uh,
like, it changes the way that you show up from, like, you know I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this, from, like, teacher to, like, community leader? Like, how is that like, how's that identity shift looked like?
I think they are still the same identity. That's what's coming through for me right now is when I am in, like, community leader mode, it's it's less teacher and more space holder in general, right? But in a I don't wanna say micromanaging, but there is a level of leadership that has to happen while you're space holding that keeps everyone safe. Because, well, 1, I'm very fortunate that I attract people that don't talk over or, like, give advice in ways that feel dysregulating, but there is a level of space holding from a I'm talking myself in circles, but I think you hear what I'm saying right now.
I do hear what you're saying because you're facilitating
Mhm.
the group dynamics. It's not like they're not just you're not just sharing information for us to all digest. You're facilitating connection and transformation and topics and like inviting others to contribute. It's so much more than just like a one
Yes.
to many. Like it's
It's like being a camp counselor.
Yeah. Certified camp counselor.
You want everyone to feel included, you wanna hear from everyone, you want like, if they're there, they like, you give them attention and you facilitate, like, if somebody gives them advice, you make sure that landed and you connect it to everyone, like, there's it really is I like the word that you use, like, facilitator, like, it's not so much teacher, it's more facilitator.
Right, right. And I think, like, transitioning from that role before, because 'cause I'm not sure what your group coaching program looked like prior, but I imagine once you have a community involved and there's, like, this shared ownership feeling, like, it also, um, takes a little bit of the burden of your off your shoulders as well, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, like, as more people step up as a community builder, like, I think there's this pressure to, like, create and teach, but, like, community building is it's about, like, constructing, like, shared ownership almost.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and really community building is the art of boundary setting at the same time, because there was a time when I felt like I really had to teach and give value, and of course I teach and give value, but I have taken the pressure off, and I'm so clear on what's included and what's not included, because there was a time people would post in the app. We use, an app called Heartbeat, really love it, but people would, like, get inside the community and they'd drop questions for me and expect me to be responding all the time, and that's not what it is. I'm happy to respond, and I respond when I can and if I have the capacity, but they don't expect that from me, and that helps it stay a community. They respond to each other because they're
Yeah.
there to support each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm kind of just really sitting with this, like, shared ownership kind of idea. I guess, like, because I know that you're tapped in just because you're, like, I think you're still involved I think you're still involved with the Quantum Coach Academy and other coaching communities, and I'm just curious, like, are there any coaching or business models that you think are becoming outdated, or vice versa, any new models that, that you see or that are especially effective or innovative at this moment?
I think that I don't know that I necessarily see anything that's outdated, because I think as long as your members are using it, it's relevant, right? And
Fair.
so I've seen the Quantum Coaching Academy shift from Facebook into their Kajabi portal, and that works because they foster that move. So for them, Facebook is irrelevant because they're no longer using it. But when they had it active, it was active as hell, right?
Yeah.
And I think that one thing I am seeing in the online space, that when people are looking for a community, the thing that some programs are included that people aren't asking for is like a level of like AI touch points. Nobody wants to like post a question and get a response from a robot. Like
Right,
they
right.
don't want that. Like nobody asked for that.
Yeah. It makes us, like, work harder, like, I will then I start I was just gonna send you a quick question, but now that I got an AI response, like, now I'm gonna track down, like, your email, and I'm gonna message you on Instagram. I'm gonna message you on all platforms I can find you to get this human answer.
Yes. Yes. Any community that is using like AI type responses, the canned responses for that, I think it if you're looking for a community that is self-supportive and also like intuitively led, there is a there's a level of trust that's lost when it's a robot that responds.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's outsourced to technology.
Mhm.
I wanna shift gears a little bit because I'm really excited to talk to you about the Book Baddies Mastermind.
Yes.
Just because what like you said before, you do have, like, a cult following for being a self-published best-selling author, and it's just such a awesome idea. I think, like, if I imagine it must be so difficult to write a book on your own, and so, I guess to start, like, what made you decide to build or make it a mastermind as opposed to, like, a community or a course, and just walk us through your thought process there?
Yeah, so it was it it all came from one day my coach sent me a Voxer and she was like, "Have you ever thought of having a mastermind?" And I just responded, "No." Like, "No, I have a community, what's the difference?" Right? Because I think there still is a question, like
Can we start there? Like,
yeah,
can we unpack, like, because
what is the difference?
yeah, Liz, what's the difference between a community and mastermind for our listeners?
I think the difference between a community and a mastermind is like, and this is, I'm still formulating an answer for this. Like, I don't actually know that I do have an answer for this. But to me, like, my community right now is a place where people go to exist. And my mastermind is a place where people go to expand on a very specific thing.
Right.
And so I don't, I had my community and I was like, I don't need a mastermind. Why would they join that if I have the society, right? And so I dismissed it, whatever. And then, moon cycle later, I'm journaling on a full moon and I just wrote mastermind to help people write their books question mark. And I sent
Of
her a
course, it came
picture.
on a full moon.
Yes, like absolutely downloaded from the universe. And it's 3:33 right now where I am. Um, I just like I journaled that and I sent her a picture and I'm like, turns out I actually might want to have a mastermind because I had been getting so many questions about self-publishing, so many questions about writing a book. And I realized that a lot of the one-on-one clients that I was working with currently, they all had either like one of them was already a best-selling author. We'd worked through that in her, first 6 months. And I realized I could really help people with this and how actually how many people just, like, sit on their book ideas for fucking ever. Are we allowed to cuss here, Megan?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People just sit on their book ideas because they think it's, like they make it bigger than it is, and I was like, "I have so many resources. I've hit bestseller. I published a book. Let me use this." Like, I was having people ask me to go to coffee so they could pick my brain about writing a book, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm not fucking going to coffee with you anymore. Like, join my Book Baddies program." And I was like I had just, like, slapped the name Book Baddies on it. I was like, "I'm gonna name it something else, but, like, this is what it is for now," and I just ran with that energy, and 3 weeks later, my program was sold out, and, like, we were rocking. Like, I journaled that, I think, in February, and we started in April.
Wow. That's when I love when things work out just like that. You're like, it was a premonition. Like
Yes.
it was a download and like before I knew it, like it sold out because I'm sure even at that moment you were just still kind of testing the waters, like, hoping it would sell out, but then just like it connected with people immediately. And there's so much that goes into writing a book, that you can support as a coach, as a writer yourself, like, so it, it really solves all of those problems, like the imposter syndrome, like when you get stuck, the mindset
Mhm.
about like, seeing yourself as an author, and then just like the accountability and check-ins, like supporting the actual process. So like, I guess tell us what it looks like inside the Book Baddies mastermind.
So, inside the Book Baddies mastermind, you want, like, logistics or like, how do you want me to
Yeah.
answer that?
Yeah, like, I like,
Um
this is, all of a sudden, this is a sales call, and I want you to I want you to tell me, why should I?
let me sell you into this.
No, you don't have to sell it, well, if you enjoy selling, but I
It
just wanna
will
know what
I
it's
mean, it'll sell itself, won't it?
it shall. It has.
Um, Before I answer that, I want to, like, start that with, I feel like Book Baddies worked and works and continues to work because it was a perfect casserole. What a stupid word. That's not the word I'm looking for. Like, a perfect combination of all the things that I had ever done in my life. And like right
Yeah.
now, if you're listening and you're like, this is like I got this coaching certification and then I did this and then I did that. Like all the things that you're doing them for a reason. right? And so, like, allow your life to happen because it's all part of your story and it's all important to get you where you're supposed to go. Like, if I had not, um, like, had to leave my dream corporate job at Hallmark, I would have never become a coach. I would have never wrote a book. Like, it was I would have never started Book Baddies. And so I followed the breadcrumbs and it all went so perfectly. And so, like, now let me tell you about my baby, Book Baddies, and the people inside and what it looks like. The whole premise of Book Baddies is to write and publish your book in a year or less. You can do it fucking faster and you can take your time. It doesn't matter. But what what it's not is that masculine, here's your 90-day plan to, like, get your book out and you have to write 30 minutes a day. Like, it really is energy led by a mindset coach who's fucking done it before. Like, I've published a book. My first one I published it in 365 days or 64 days. It was just shy of a year. And it's so possible, and I give you the exact roadmap to do that. And so every month we have a group coaching call with the people inside, as well as each person has a 30-minute one-on-one strategy session where we dive in deep into your specific questions around your book. We can look at your writings. There's a feedback channel where monthly you're allowed to drop in up to 1,500 words for feedback, like from me. I was almost an English major. Like, I feel there's so many, like, things that ping ponged into me being really good at digging my fingers into people's books and, like, intuitively feeling what's coming through for them. I know exactly, like, where they are in the writing process, what's going through their brain, right? Because
Yeah.
it writing a book is one of the biggest, like, healing mindset fucking things that you'll ever put yourself through, right? Like, it's massive, and so I know how important the support is because because it's big. It is big.
Yeah. I I just wanna comment, I love, like, that that realization moment where something in your life just makes so much sense. You're like, I had this career and I learned this skill set and I have this experience and now it's all coming together like the final piece of the puzzle that like wouldn't unlock until I had all the pieces together and like it didn't make sense at the moment but now that it's like unlocking this new thing like it just feels so incredible. And then I think that's just like also why it came together so seamlessly. And
Mhm.
do you still offer, like, is there still, like, an in-person component?
Yes. Yes, which is nuts. So nuts. Megan, I had a retreat business before. Like, it
Yes,
was
okay, okay.
I used to literally it was called Hey Biz Besties, and we hosted retreats around the world. And so for the first round of Book Baddies, we got together for a writing retreat. And because I had done my own personal writing retreats, and we all met, and it was 3 days long. We got so much fucking writing done, so much healing. It was magical to just be in the energy of each other while working on our books, we got pizza and sushi and ice cream and had just, like, really good fucking time at the same time. Yeah, there's an in-person component as well.
How do you create that environment that makes it, um, I guess, like, helps people get shit done in that setting? How do you make it sure it's not a distraction and people actually get work done in an in-person setting?
Intention, for sure. And leaning into the flow of the energy, because there were certainly times where we were all, sitting around one giant table and writing, and you could, like, of course, like, I was writing, but also as the facilitator kind of keeping tabs on what everyone's, like, energy is doing, and you can see in somebody's face that they're really struggling with something, or you can see over here that they're, like, kind of getting antsy and they're done writing. You can only really write for so long at a time, and a lot of the, like, progress and processing and important parts of writing happened in between the actual moments of typing, where they needed to talk about something. And so it It is intention because, yes, you absolutely could just, like, gab, and at the same time, everybody there is so jazzed to be working on their book that it's like, "Okay, like, we're chatting, let's get lunch, let's take a break, and then we'll get back to it at this time." So, just intention and scheduling and, like, knowing that, like, this ain't my first rodeo in terms of leading people in retreats and keeping the energy going.
Yeah. I guess out of my own curiosity, like, in order to, join the Book Baddies Club, like, ideally, do you just want like, you just have to show up with a desire to write a book? Like, how far along do you have to be in the process for it to make sense to join?
Great question. We've had people join anywhere from they've had this idea on their heart for 5, 10 years. They started it, they just can't seem to finish it, right? To literally just they wanted to write a book, they knew what it was about. Anywhere in between, right? The one thing that you have to join Book Baddies is the commitment to writing a book. Like, if you're like, "Maybe I wanna write a book," like, this isn't the program for you, you
Yeah.
know? Like, you either want to write a book or you don't. If you're wishy-washy, get out.
I was like, kind of a good segue for my next question because I was going to say, like, how does being in community increase the likelihood that someone will actually finish it? And so, like, one, the desire has to be very firm.
Yes. Yes. Well, I say that and I know that sounded kinda harsh, but, like, we've had people that didn't make it through the program and that dropped out of the program because the desire like, their life changed, something happened in their life, and they set the book down, and that you have to be so convicted in your message and know that, like, this is meant for you. To answer your question, how the community helps that, I literally got off a one-on-one strategy session with a book baddie right before this podcast, and she had shared that she was so grateful for the community and the accountability and just the space to process. Like, her book is coming out soon in a week from right now when we're talking about it, and she's, like, experiencing all that stuff at the finish line, like, I'm about to be so visible, the world's gonna feel my story, like, she's feeling that emotional weight of other people experiencing her journey, and
Mm,
she was like, "My husband didn't have capacity to hold me." I was so grateful for Book Baddies because she dropped in a voice message and I voice messaged her right back. I sent her an audio drop that we had recorded that was a hypnosis to help her. Like, she was supported when she needed it by that community in a time when the people in her life didn't have the capacity to support her.
yeah. Yeah. I can only imagine, like, you do need that support and that container. And I think people who are not invested in writing a book would understand that. It's similar to like training for a marathon. Like you're pushing yourself to a new limit. Like you're finding a new limit within yourself and a new experience. And then also the vulnerability around sharing your story
Mhm.
and even just like having it critiqued on a, weekly or biweekly basis. And um, yeah, I can only imagine the type of emotions that you go through as you
It's an absolute roller coaster, and if you are on your own, it makes it really easy to give up.
Have you noticed any patterns, like, where people really wanna, like, drop out or quit? Like, is
Oh,
there a
yeah.
specific moment in the process? Like, what is it yeah, I
So
wanna know.
there's many places in the ups and downs of writing a book, and the first place is before you even start. A lot of people, like, duck out before even like, they have this book idea in their heart, they've been talking about it for a long time. They have a book title. They literally have it outlined, like all the things, and they get tripped up because of whatever, long laundry list of beliefs that they have around like, who am I to write this? Like, people will think I'm boring, like people will judge me. They don't even get started. Like, that's the first they've got this dream on their heart and they don't move forward because of all these limiting beliefs that they have. That's like step one. Like, once you decide that you're going to write a book, we then face those, right? And then when you're writing, and you're like, "Fuck, this is trash. Like, who's gonna read this? I'm never gonna get this done." Like, that's probably around like month 2 or 3 where you're like, "I don't wanna do this anymore. Like, this is hard." A lot of like emotions are coming up for me as I'm writing and processing because everyone inside Book Baddies is a coach and
Yeah.
is writing, like their journey, their story in a way that's transformative and a framework to help people. You don't have to be a coach to be in there, and like that's who's in there, right? um, and then the next time that they really want to quit is when they send it off to their editor and they get those edits back, and you have to sit with the feedback of somebody else like picking apart what you wrote,
Hmm.
right? Like that's another part where people want to quit. And then they want to quit like when they send it out to their peer reviewers. Like anytime there's a chance to get like feedback, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I've wrote 2 books, and I literally, when I got my edits back from my editor, didn't open them for months, Megan.
Wow.
So,
How? You're just like, I'm just gonna drop this for a while.
yeah, I'm like, I'm, gonna prioritize anything else, right? And it is easy to not work on your book, which I think is why so many people sit on drafts that are almost fucking done, right? Because there's that fear that comes up for them, whatever it is, whether it's visibility, whether it's, "What will my mom think?" "What will my community say?" There's Writing a book is not hard. It's all the mindset shit that comes up when you're writing a book that makes it a journey.
Isn't that so true about everything? It's like starting a business, it's all mindset stuff. And yet, like, yet in this day age, we know this. And still, I think, like, there's a lot of people who are not ready to invest in mindset coaching. And you're like, literally, it's at the intersection of everything.
Mhm. Yes, 100%. The main reason people don't write and publish, like, finish their books is because they are in their own way.
Yeah. You said something about editors, and the first thing that popped in my mind is, did you connect members with editors, or is it okay?
Yeah, I have a resource that I used when I wrote my book that also has like a marketplace full of editors that allows you to kind of shop editors, get to know
Okay.
them, read their profiles and all the things. And I have an editor that I've worked closely with that I have started just recommending and setting up little like meet introducing them via email, being like, this is my girl. Um which is kind of fun now that this program, like, we're gearing into round 2, we're getting started again, 2nd cohort in April. I'm starting to have, like, preferred providers that I'm, like, recommending for my like, it's fun to be just, like, deepening the value of this program as time goes on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's cool because that really kind of helps it or paints a picture of the program itself. Like, it sounds super comprehensive. Like, you have you as the coach, like, with all of your mindset coaching, um, experience, your book writing experience, like, there's resources, there's accountability, like, you said something about peer reviewing, you're connecting them with the editor, so it's, like, really, like, the container is, like, you will write a book and you'll get all the support you need along the way.
Yes, like, if you don't do it, that's a decision, right?
Yeah,
It's a choice because everything that you need to write and publish your book in a year or less is available to you, even, like, marketing strategies, bestseller resources, like, all those things. Basically, whatever your goal is, like, my goal is to help you meet that goal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I guess as we kind of, get to the top of the hour, maybe we can talk a little bit about, kind of like how your business is evolving now, what's on the horizon, how people
Mm.
can work with you.
Yeah, well, in terms of evolution, right now, whenever this episode goes live, my second book, Fuck Fear, is launched. It's fucking live. I would be so fucking surprised if it wasn't bestseller because it's currently number 3 on on the list. So
Wow.
I'm having fun like watching that. It's like, oh gosh, it's so much fun. And what the future looks like for my business is I'm paring shit down to focus on Book Baddies. Like, that is the way to work with me. The society exists. I don't promote the society really. What the society is actually, there are people inside the society that aren't in Book Baddies, but anyone who enrolls in Book Baddies gets access to the society as well. So it's just another gathering place for them where they can come, and on the new moon, we have energy resets, and then every month we have a themed power hour to talk specifically coaching on one topic, because I found that if it's a general group coaching call, they don't know what to ask or say, but when you focus it and get specific, they're like, oh, I need to go to that call, it's about boundaries, like I have some
Yeah.
shit to work through, right? And so community, my membership and my mastermind moving forward are the only ways to work with me, unless you're like one of my private invite emotion code clients. Megan, are you writing a book?
No, but I should be.
I think you should
I've
be.
I definitely should be. Like you said, most people who write a book have had something that they've been sitting on for a while. My book would be about my life, like, just because it's just when I talk about it with normal people, they're like, "What? How?" Like, but every aspect. It's not just like the last few years that have been insane. It's always been insane. So,
That's the kind of shit that makes a really good book. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, amazing. How can people connect with you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's where I do most of my hanging out at Hey Megan Reed. And I'm on the interwebs, heymeganreed.com. So if you want Book Baddies, I'm sure that will be in the show notes. It's just /BBM. We get started in April. I'd love to
Are
have
you
you.
still enrolling
We are still
members?
enrolling. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. My life is currently such a clusterfuck. I've been in no hurry to review applications. So
Well, this should be out in like the next 2 weeks, so they should still have time to it's
plenty
still
of
time to
time.
enroll. But I was gonna say,
Mhm.
even if you're not interested in writing a book, like, just follow Hey Megan Reed just for the giggles, because this girl's also a comedian and just is
We do
just
have
funny as
fun.
fuck. She has the most relatable content ever. Like, I can't stay out of your DMs. I'm like, relatable. Me too. Like,
I want you in my DMs every day, Megan.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. And yeah, I can't wait for your episode to release.
Thanks for having me.
If this conversation lit something up in you, that's your sign. Share the episode, start the conversation, build the thing. And if you're creating community, hosting gatherings, or building spaces people actually care about, I want to meet you. I'm Megan Lycan, and this is Hot Girls Build Cults.